mean, the basic story is that you're an agent of Prodeus. You were created by an AI god named Prodeus, and essentially through some means you were able to break away, and now you're rebelling, and the situation that you're in is a very interesting one, to say the least, and nobody wants you alive. In a game like ours, you don't want cutscenes telling you what to think about the story. I want people to be able to explore the maps and look at all the little details and find the bits. There's the people that want to just play the game, and then there's the other people who are just always scouring the maps for those story tidbits. Mike's always been a fan of like the retro shooter genre, and so have I. And so before I joined, Prodeus was just essentially like a little visual demo that he had put together with some gameplay mechanics. He had like, you could collect keys, you had a pistol, you could kill the enemies, but it was just a real nice little visual demo. And at the time it was interesting because he had pitched it to me before I went to work at Overkill. Like, he had just like some things on the side that he was kind of messing with, and at the time I was like, oh, nobody's gonna want to do this right now. There was a lot of other people who were already doing it. Like Strafe was one that was already doing it, and that hadn't come out yet, but I just didn't want to like follow in their footsteps right away, and I just felt like it would be too much. And Mike kind of stuck with it and kind of polished up the visuals a little bit more. And when he had this visual demo and I was leaving Starbreeze, and I just kind of like, hey Mike, like, what are you up to? we should totally do something. And he's like, well, I've got this visual demo thing and this little gameplay nugget. Do you want to check it out? And I loaded it up, and I was like, whoa, this is interesting. And there was something about it that it really clicked with me, and I thought, this is the selling point here. This is what the game is.
So one of the cool things about just having a level editor, for me at least, is sort of giving back to the same roots, right? Going back to those roots where I got my start because I made Counter-Strike maps and Half-Life maps, right? So what a better way than to like help support mappers and give them a new avenue to show off their skills. Andrew kind of showed up out of nowhere, and it was like, holy crap, like, this guy's like, shit is sick. He was like, hey, do you guys need a composer? And it was like, yeah, man, like, come hang out. And Andrew, honestly, so professional. He fit in with like Mike and I's like AAA style of development basically right away. It's like Andrew comes in, hey, okay, so what do you guys think? And it's like, okay, well, this is the style that we're looking for. you know, this is the way that the music system works. It needs these many tracks, these types of transitions, whatever. And he'll go off and just make some cool shit and come back to us and be like, what do you guys think of this track? Like, he'll usually make the ambient track first, or like the action 1 track, which we have 3 tracks, like ambient, action 1, which is like light combat, and then action 2, which is like heavy combat. And he'll start to figure out a track based on the ambient track. Like, he'll start figuring out some feelings and try and like build off of that. And he'll always come back with this like really sick ambient track that we can give feedback on, and then he'll just go off on his own, finish something, and then basically come back with like a good chunk of stuff done. And it just, like, the way that he was able to work with us was just so fantastic, and just it fit right in and was such a good choice. In my opinion, that's like a part of the legacy, is that, you know, he helped bring back this revival in a lot of ways and putting it on the map. And like, we'll always be thankful for his help on the project, and we're hoping that, you know, he comes back for another set. You know, we're excited about all the opportunities going forward.